tí mo wà kékeré tí mo wà ní bí ọmọ ọdún kan wọ́n sì wá mú mi ní ojú tó kó gbogbo ẹran ara mi báyìí ojú méjèèjì ara mi báyìí tí wọ́n ti wọ̀ fún mi a mọ̀ sí mọ́ aṣọ tó pé ìgbà náà tó pé tí wọ́n bá ti wọ́n wá yá wọ́n sàn gbé mi lọ sọ́sítù wọ́n tìrìtì mi ìgbà tí dáàdì mi tètè rí ìyàtọ̀ wọ́n wá ní kí mẹ́rin lọ jù mí sí inú odò ọmọ pọ́npọ́n borí odò.
And I had a disability at the age of 14 years, which subsequently resulted into paralysis of my lower limbs. And today I use a wheelchair, but I have been a success story altogether.
There are approximately 19 million Nigerians living with different kinds of disabilities out of about a population of 140 million. The literacy rates of such special needs people in Nigeria are significantly lower than among the general population from both men and women. Unlike many other countries, Nigeria has no national coordinating committee for disability issues. Instead, disability issues are looked into through the Ministry for Women's Affairs and Social Development. Also, there is no single law in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that protects special needs people.
Àdùgbà náà tí ojú mi ti wá ṣe kínní tí ti wá sọ fún dáàdì mi ò sì fojú rí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ò lè fojú rí mi kódà àwọn ò yọjú sí mi dòní lónìí ó sì jẹ́ mi.
Ayo was abandoned by his mother when he was a baby at the UCH. He has multiple disabilities, paraplegic of the upper and lower limbs. Ayo cannot produce any language or speech. His parents probably saw him as a burden that must be discarded. Ayo is currently at the Oluyole Cheshire home. Phoebe Akinyade is 16. She acquired deafness due to a fever when she was in primary 6. She desired those years when she could both hear and speak. She hopes she will be able to hear and speak again. Olumide, however, loves communicating with sign language. He feels no regret for his inability to speak. After school, he does some barbering job through which he sustains himself.
Ibẹ̀ láti wá discover pé wọ́n ní problem etí bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbọ́ ó kéré gan pé tí wọ́n bá lo hearing aid wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà yẹn owó tí kíní yẹn dẹ̀ máa ná wá ńgbà náà ó ń lọ bí 600,000 kò dẹ̀ ságbára gbogbo owó tá a ní láti jà nígbà mọ́tò tí mò ń lò mo tà nítorí àìsàn yìí tó yẹ pé kò sí nǹkan kan mọ́ nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ó kọ́ bá mi lọ́kàn jẹ́ púpọ̀ jù torí pé àwọn méjèèjì ni wọn ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tí yóò ságbára láti ra kíní yẹn kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe àkàngbà fọlọ́ náà lábẹ́ ń kó wọn wá bí.
Many children living with disabilities live in pathetic conditions, some of them abandoned by their parents, not properly catered for, or left with their grandparents. One of such kids is Wasiu Oyewale of Omoyeni School for the Handicapped Children in Ibadan. Wasiu, an orphan, now lives under the care of Omoyeni School. He said he was born blind. Some people with special needs have been able to tower above their challenges. One of such persons is Mrs. Joke Alunge, who works in the University College Hospital as a peer counselor.
I went back to school 5 years after the incidence of this disability. So I wasted a lot of time on studies in between because my mother was taking me from one church to another church. And by the time I went to school again, was the year I was supposed to graduate from the secondary school, and that was the year I started all over again.
People with special needs in our society face a lot of challenges, which range from sexual molestation to neglect.
And there are some of these challenges that the students with hearing impaired they face in the society. They're enormous. And there are factors that led to some of this. We've seen cases of broken homes. I mean, students from broken homes. And I've seen some students that they are not well taken care of.
When we are talking of general challenges, mainly I will only talk on the aspect of the transportation issue because it has been a great challenge to most of disabled living with disability. We think it is time for our government to look into this issue, transportation issue, because we are part of them.
I want to appeal to the government at various levels, local, state, and the federal, to please look into the issue of disability and give pronouncement to the rights of people with disabilities. And like it was in the US, the time I studied there is this ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, which was promulgated in 1990. It is about giving rights and honor and dignity to persons with disabilities in the area of employment, in the area of job, education, and even social lives. I want to appeal to persons with disabilities that the only weapon by which they can overcome the stress that they are passing through is education. So I want to tell everyone with a disability that if some of us have made it and we have been successful, you don't have any excuse. There is no way you cannot make. You can make it even in the face of all odds. All you need is determination and you need perseverance. Nothing is easily achievable.
It's quite a pity that some special needs people learn under poor learning facilities. Non-governmental organizations, government, and the general public need rise to helping. Although the likes of Ajoke and Ayo, who represent some people with special needs, may never be able to live as normal human beings because of their conditions, they need to be shown love practically by every one of us. It's time we started treating them as shining stars who deserve our love and care, because they too are human beings and members of our society.
And in your eyes